Welcome everybody back to Boosting Foreigns. I know I'm wearing my Boosted Motion shirt. I know that doesn't make any sense, but today, guys, it is the 10th of January, and I'm currently just doing some car shopping. So you guys have seen my recent videos with me looking at the Alpina, the M3 Competition, and even S63. So I really wanted to look for more Alpinas, but they're still in the $80,000 territory. And I missed out on the one for the 67. I just didn't feel comfortable about it. So BMW's about to walk away. Now, I still am interested in buying possibly another 740 just with higher miles because I'm going to pull money out as equity. I only owe like $24,000 on the 740. So if I sell it for, about 44 or 43, I get my money back and I get to do car things. But in honesty, this is what I'm actually currently looking at online. So let's take a look. All right, guys, let me just wipe the lens. So I'm not really digging the BMW, like I said. So I've narrowed down to the cars that I will feel comfortable purchasing within the within 500 miles, right? So first car, can't even believe it. It's an E63. Yeah. Why am I thinking about this again? I'm being honest with y'all. I never wanted to get rid of my E63 like I told you guys. If anybody who's close to me, anybody who's watching the video, I only got rid of it because I owed so much money on it and I did not want to crash it. So I technically lost negative equity and I lost a good chunk of change, if you know what I'm talking about. That's money I literally just paid out and got rid of. I'm never doing that again. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not buying a car that I know it loses, that there's so much negative equity in. And I was one of the big people saying over the 2-3 years, don't buy a car over, don't buy a car over. And I was the one who bought the car overpriced. You see what I'm saying? So you live, you learn, and that's why I teach it. Now, recently, I remember I sold my car about 7 months ago. I sold my 2019 E63. With about, I think it was about 55,000 miles for about $55,000. I think it was 55, right? Shout out to Brooklyn Auto Sales for buying it. So 6 months later, I'm looking at the same year again. And if I end up getting another E63, I said to myself, I would just want to get one because I never wanted to get rid of the car. Once again, I love that vehicle. But I said, if I get another one, I would want to get it for a couple of things. One, it would need the full driver assistance. I didn't have that one. Two, I would want carbon interior. Three, I would want rear heated seats with the rear sunshade, right? So technically, this one actually is opted up. So let's go quickly take a look at the photos that they have on here. Hopefully they're better, clearer photos. And also, I've always wanted to own a red car. Sorry if my screen's a little dirty. I have like a screen protector, so it looks a little weird. Now, it does have the AMG wheels. Mine didn't have the regular corny wheels. I hated those wheels. You see it has the driver assistance because it has the flat thing. The bumper doesn't look that much damage, and the bumper is aligned a lot better right here compared to mine. Remember, my car was hit, and it was actually somebody bondoed it here and then wrapped it. Then PPF'd it and then wrapped the car. I know, I really bought a bad car. Now, the tires are like Michelin's or Pirelli's, but I will have to see how good these rotors really are. I'm just looking at some of the lines around the car. For some reason, this car, it does have a slight bumper sag. That does happen on these cars quite often. Once again, I'm looking at here, the body lines. Seems like this car has a night package, too, which is pretty good. All right, okay. But I thought the night package would also include this part in black and these emblems in black. I'm surprised they're not. I never liked these tails that much because of the white. I hate the white. And red on red always looks weird to me, but it's red on black. All right, a better side. Chrome handles. Maybe they just blacked out this stuff, but didn't do everything else. Now, gives me a better photo of the rear wheels. Now, it looks like the rear rotors aren't filled with a brake dust, but they have some of the waves on it. So this person probably on their probably on their third set of rear brake pads. I don't mind. I could change these things. Remember, guys, I work on my car, so this is nothing that I can't handle, you know. Got to see how good these tires are, and I really can't Oh, I could zoom in. Ooh, that makes it really good. I can't really see the DOT of the tire. All right, let's keep going. They don't have that much photos. They only have 17. All right, they zoom in on here. Okay, that part look a little broken up, don't it? Yeah, that part right here looks a little broken up, like it got some age on it. You see how it's breaking up there? You gotta look at the little things, man. It's all like a little bit discombobulated, and they didn't wipe this part properly. You gotta look at everything. So this part looked like they put it in here, and maybe they put it on properly, or maybe over time, depending on the cleaner that they use, it started to sag and move it around. This actually happens. Okay, roof is back. Now, you can see the carbon. I do like that. Love the carbon seats. What I don't like is this interior. Now, I can't remember if this is beige or like a stone gray interior. And they really don't show the show. They show the sunroof, which comes standard. They show the wheel. Let's see if we take a look. They have the full driver assistance here and everything like that. It looks good. All right, let's zoom out. We only have a couple more photos to go. Similar stuff, AMG. All right, a couple of more photos. All right, the carbon, we see that there. And we pretty much got all those usual buttons that we would have in the middle. And then we go to the rear section. Now, the rear section is what I painted. Well, first thing, I like that they have the black roof liner still. I love that, always do. But here's the thing. So they, with the rear seats, you see I have the sunshade here. So this is a manual sunshade. They don't have it electronic in this car, right? And here's a better thing. That's a rear heated seat right there. I like that option. I don't know what this one would have been if it was a different E-Class. So correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I don't know what this other one would be. Rear cooled seats. I don't know if that was an option. But it's a blank space there. Maybe it was something else that's supposed to be there. I wouldn't know. And here is a general look from the inside. And it does look like a cream interior. And they don't allow me to see that part right there to see how much those buttons are. So what this car is missing from what I can see, or at least what it allows me to see, is it doesn't have the 3D audio, which is something I always wanted to get. And it doesn't have... And I don't know if it has the rear sunshade, like the rear sunshade for the back window. Like I can't really tell from here, right? I can't tell if it has a rear sunshade here. So, because if it had a 3D audio, it would be the speakers right here. And once again, the seats are a lot cleaner than you think it is, guys. It's just that my screen doesn't show a good example of it. But I like that it has a black carpet. So it's like only the seats are cream, and the door panels, some of them are cream. To be honest, guys, you know how much it's clapped up? Well, it would be kind of hard to change these rear seats because they're heated. Maybe it's just a little, it's like this little padding that they actually have to make it rear heated seats. But I don't know. A lot of this stuff is actually pretty cheap on regular E300s. These seats, they're exactly the same. It's just that it will have the padding. And the front seats, I'm not too positive. Maybe they'll actually allow me to change the leathers. Because remember, guys, I'm from the Infinity world. We change out this stuff when we want different interiors. As long as we can find a clapped up E300, I'll swap some of this stuff out. But other than that, I like this car, man. I actually do like this car, guys. So this is one of the cars that I'm looking at. And they want 52 for it. It has 60,000 miles, about 5,000 more than our car. And let's look at the Carfax. Do we have to pay for it? Is it free? Yes. So we have a Carfax here. 16 records. Of course, the warranty is expired. Okay. One owner only had it for 3 months. It's probably not right. It's probably like a dealership or something that owned it. They actually, how do you have a differential flush and change in 3,000 miles? Okay. Let's go through it. I already kind of looked through this stuff already. I just want to see, does anything stand out that would scare me? All right, for engine module, okay. All right, maintenance, rear brake pads replaced, okay. GPS reprogrammed, okay. Vehicle noted as red in 2022. Maintenance for tires. This person keeps changing tires like crazy. Okay. New owner. This is the second owner we had for 3 months. It was Georgia. It was just a dealership that owned it. So they're not really considered an owner, okay? Don't pay them no attention. They only had it for, maybe they were trying to sell it, or maybe the owner had it for a little while and was like, all right, let's try to get rid of the car and send it to auction. Now, it was sent up in 2023, about 2 years ago, all right? And someone had this in New York. Yeah, this car was in New York, Manhattan, Mercedes-Benz of Manhattan with 41,000 miles. Then about a year later, damn, they really, I mean, about 8 months later, they came back, got the inspection, and then the car was for sale. So the last time this car had an inspection was 52,000 miles, and then 4 months later, now it's for sale. So the 10K mile service was performed and maintenance inspection. So we don't know too much about this vehicle. This car doesn't have much information. The only time we know it was serviced by Benz the last time was here, and that was just the 10K mile service was performed, probably oil and everything. So I'm still interested in this car. I might go take a look at this car today because yeah, well, number one, the price is attractive. First, that's 11%. We know we don't do 11% over here. Number two, we know we have equity, so we can definitely throw some equity in there. And this is also a New York City, New York State car, so the car is relatively close to go to. And I also get a tax benefit. So this car is actually at the cheapest on the list. All right, so, all right, let me make a second video. I don't want to, you know what? Let me keep this video all the same. Yeah. There's a second car that I'm looking at, and it's, guess what? The S63 that we originally looked at. Now, here's the crazy part. So we already know the deal. I'm going to put a link above, hopefully, or you could go check on my channel. It's literally like one of the last 2 videos before this one, or 3 videos, where they wanted 58 for the car. And they wanted to add $7,000 inflated fees. I got them down to $2,000 in inflated fees, which made it $60,000 with tax and title, without taxes and title included, which brings it up to like 65 or 63. So it's been a month later. It's been a month later, right there. I went to that dealership the 10th of December. So I'm going to send them a text. I don't know. This car is actually really clean, guys. I really just want to go through it quickly. I'm not going to make it quick. So the whole car is PPF. The whole vehicle is PPF, guys. I'm keeping a stack with y'all, right? The interior is clean. Trust me. This car has no, like all that stuff. Like, that's barely anything. This car is fresh. It's barely anybody has been in the passenger seat and the rear seats. All the modules work from what I can tell without an actual scanner. Now, this car does not have, just doesn't have 3D audio, and it doesn't have the rear electric climate control. It doesn't have that, but it has a rear sunshade, has rear reclining seats. So it is missing the 2 options that I wanted. I wanted the rear climate control here. I wanted that one because it gives you, I believe, ventilated rear seats. That's why I wanted that, ventilated, real cool seats, and I wanted the 3D audio. But the car is, I'm not gonna lie, the car is clean. It just looks corny. I know, I get it, but I'm not gonna lie. But they went down 1,000, and remember, I don't have to rush to buy anything. So, and I already, but the only thing that their downfall is this is a higher mileage S63, even though compared to the E63 at 60,000. Look at the price difference. If that is the actual price, is somewhere around there without inflated bullshit fees. That puts them within $5,000 to $6,000 of each other. To keep it a stack with y'all, this is the better car. This car comes with more tech for literally about the same price, and it's the same exact year. Like, the MSRP of this car is probably like 160. The MSRP of this car is probably like 130. You know. Now here's a big dog. Yes, I actually came across this one. I'm just gonna say the bad part: 70,000 miles. Once again, that's really high. I don't like that. The price is attractive. If that's the actual price, it looks like it actually is from looking through it. But whenever I see 8K below, there might be some overages. But the dealership that's selling this one is a trendy Cadillac. So usually dealerships like this, they usually don't have those bullshit exorbitant fees. They might say it's optional or whatever, but like they don't really do that nonsense. It's usually the small dealerships that always add those inflated fees. This car is a 3-owner car. And now, this vehicle, I'm not going to lie to y'all, right? I don't like the wheels, of course. I hate monoblock style wheels. And I can't see the conditions of the rotors. You guys know I'm big on pads and rotors. It's not the best photos because, you know, it's what you call it. Now, it does have the yellow brakes, which means it's a G3333S right there, right? Black on black. First thing is, I'm not a fan of black on black, but it's okay. I'll still buy another black car. I'm okay with it. Like, I was looking at S63s that are black on black, but not really a fan of it, but I'm okay with it. Now, this car, I'm trying to get the best photo of it, so it doesn't have the rear anything seats. The rear seats get nothing. And the thing about the GT63, it never has a middle seat. I hate that. Never like that. So it only really a 2+2 car. And the rear section is actually quite small. Now, I'm going to go down, right? Let me see if they show me it. Now, the car does have 3D audio. I want to show you guys. Yeah. The car should have, if I'm correct, the car should have 3D audio, which is an option that I really want right here. You see it? 3D audio. I do like that. And let me see what else I can show. But the 3D audio on these cars are super weird. So it's not like the S or whatever, where we have like the speakers, the rotating 360-degree speakers by the mirrors. No, it just puts the 3D audio on top, so it's like, it's kind of corny. See, like, they don't add it here. Like, usually there'll be like a 3D audio thing here, so it's like, all right. Also, the car is fully loaded, it has all the buttons there. And I mean, I could keep going through the photos quickly. Got the yellow calipers. I don't know how the brake pads look. I don't know. I think this cap could come off, but when I take this cap off, I think it still covers the rotor, so it's going to be kind of hard for me to see it. And usually with the GT63, it's very similarly optioned up compared to, has all the options, all the buttons here, no missing spots. It has the whole everything, the hatch, the thing. It has all the stuff. This car is pretty loaded. I already looked through this car already. Has all the modes. And this car is optioned up quite well. I'm not going to lie. This car is optioned up quite well. Now, here's the thing. Is this the better car compared to the other two cars? Remember, these are all 2019 vehicles. This is a fully loaded GT63S. Fully loaded, right? So the MSRP of this car, I think, is like $186,000. Because they always made the GT so expensive. But I'm going to keep it a stack with y'all. Does it give the same luxury as compared to the S or even the E? I'm being honest. Because I've been in this car. This car is more roomier in the back than this car. Right? This car, to me, has more different styling. Better styling than these other two cars. It's more up to date. I'm not gonna lie. Of course, it's more up-to-date looking car. I still think it's an oblong looking car, to be honest with y'all. It is. Let me see if I can find a side profile of it. Because it is oblong. It is an oblong car. When you look at it, this part is really heavy or looking compared to it. But that's the look. This is a hard choice. Let's just say all these prices are okay. All these prices I'm okay with. Remember, I was gonna pay $68 for the Alpina. So this is not a bad price. I already know the pricing of this. This car, I already don't like that BS they did. Like, if their dealership experience was better, it would be different. And also, I know you guys see this part. I think this car should be cheaper, but it's a one owner. But I think it should be cheaper based on how much mileage it has. 100%, especially if they're driving the vehicle. And this one, I'm not gonna lie. I have very much a lot of nostalgia with this car, and I've always wanted a red one. Like, I'm okay with getting the color that I want on the outside and giving up the color I want on the inside, especially if this car should be fully loaded, right? So, and I'm not gonna lie, this car, this is the car I really originally wanted. I'm not gonna lie, I originally wanted this car, I wanted to keep my E63. So this is a hard choice, guys. I don't know. I don't have too much time to go car shopping today. It's about 10 o'clock. Any one of these addresses is about an hour to get to. Man, this was in New Jersey. Okay, hear me out, because I know you guys are going to comment below. Comment below what you think. I already know you guys are going to like, Boost, all these are high mileage. The M177, it's not. I had two of them motors, man. I'm very familiar with it. But the thing here is, as you guys been running comments below, and even my closest friends and people I know, they kept it a stack. They say, "Yo, Boost, man, get what you want." And I'm not buying this car for the channel. I want to put, like, my cars I've always owned, and I just documented my journey. Now, as much as I would love to be a big YouTuber, right? That's just not the direction I'm going. I don't have the lifestyle for that. I'm not young enough to go that ham, even though all dudes who's my age who have big YouTube channels. I'm just in that niche place, right? And it's okay. I want to enjoy nicer, regular cars that most of y'all could afford, that's more on the high end, for the Boostin' Foreigns channel, and just document my journey with them. That's it. So ultimately, I'm not looking at it from a point of view like, okay, which car is going to bring me attention? No. What I'm looking at is what car would fit my lifestyle the most. Now, all three of these will. All three of these will. Like, I love this vehicle. I'm sorry. If this was black interior, it's even more of a reason why I need to hurry up and get it. Right? Like, this one, even more of a reason to go and get it. Right? Once again, I'm not the fan of the interior, but I would pick up for red just for the interior. It's okay. I'm all right. I'll be all right. Now, and to me, and out of all these three, it's the quickest one to me, because obviously it's the lightest one. It's like 4,400 pounds. This is like 4,700 pounds, and this is like right around the same weight. So for speed wise, this one's the fastest. Remember, I don't care about speed as much. All these cars are gonna be tuned. The most luxury is the S-Class. It has the rear reclining seats, the most space, but it does have the most dated look. This is a look from 2015. It don't matter if the bumpers are different. This is a 2015 look in 2025, 10 years later, right? This is a 2018 car that's still kind of dated, but you know, I like the red. I like the red a lot. Yeah, I like the red, right? And then we have the GT. I'm not gonna lie, I like the GT a lot, man. The only downfall of the GT is it's black, to be honest with y'all, but it makes it up if it's technically fully loaded. The only thing I don't like about the GT is, all right, to keep it a stack with you, the GT, the only thing I don't like about it is the wheels and the color. Like, I'm not a fan of the black on black, but you know what? It sticks out. It has its own it has its own wave. It's wavy the way it is. I'm digging it, right? But I've been in this car. It's not that much of a roomy car. Like, I'm gaining the look. I'm gaining more of the prestige from it because it's not a common car. But I think I'm gonna lose some of the things I want. Like, I would love to have more rear seat space, and I'm losing some of the trunk space or whatever. And that's kind of something that I would really like to have, to be honest with you. And I think this is the rear electric. I think this has the rear climate control, because that looks like the buttons there that goes up and down. Could be wrong. This car is, out of all the cars though, based on its spec, this spec is a good spec. This is a very rare spec. Except for the color. The color makes it corny, black, but you don't see this one. And I think the mileage is a little on the high side, like the S63, but I don't know. So I'm gonna make the decision what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna go look at one of these cars, or maybe two of them, in the next certain amount of hours. I'll have to be back in New York by 3. So wherever I go, I have to head back to New York by at least, gotta start heading back to New York by 3:30, because I have to take someone to the airport. So go along with the journey. Definitely check out the next video, because I'm probably going to be recording wherever I'm going. So guys, other than that, I appreciate it. Guys, check out the next video. You guys have a good day. Thank you.